Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Fishing the West. I'm your host, John B. Today is Memorial Day. It's a hot, humid, windy day. It's midday, it's about 4 p.m. And I just got back from Lee's Global Tackle, right off of Arlington Heights Road in Elk Grove, Illinois, and picked up some FX2 braid. I needed braid real bad for this 2015 season. And I thought, why not just use it now and break it in while I can? So before the cookout, I'm out here. I'm going to take a couple casts with a Copper's Live Target Frog, using my Kistler rod. I haven't frogged with this rod ever, so it should be interesting. It's a 7.3 Gen 1 magnesium swim bait rod, and I'm just going to fish this pond. It's a strip pond. It's like literally about a mile long, but you can cast all the way across it. Really interesting ecosystem. So today I'm going to show you some cool footage, going to teach you a little thing about frog fishing, also teach you a little bit how I break apart a day if I've only got like 2 or 3 hours to fish, not even really. And today I'm going to be talking about snot, grass, floating mat, stuff like that. And like I said, along with that, you're going to see some fish as well. So I hope you guys stay tuned and enjoy today's show. Y'all saw that. I know you did. I know y'all saw that. People think frogging is specifically designed for summer fishing and fishing mats and grass, but it's not. You know, people think it's also one of those baits that you can only pull out if the water temperature is around 65 or 70 degrees. That's a good one. Oh my gosh. That's a real nice one. Look at that. On that Kistler rod. Just picked up that braid too. I need it so bad. I know they're back here. I mean, these aren't huge, but there's a lot of this size in here, and they're hard to get. They really are. This is not like a private area. People fish this all the time, but you just need to know where they're at. Nice fish. Awesome on that Kistler. On that Copper's Live Target Frog. Black. Always use black when the sky is blue. The sky's white and blue, use black. Good little chunky frog fish. So back to what I was saying, frogging's not a summer-specific technique. You know, I will keep a frog in my box as soon as April turns around. And it's not a technique that's specifically designed around a certain water temperature. People think once it's 65, 70 degrees, water temperature that is, they'll start moving around and hitting frogs, but that's not the case. They start moving into mats like this once the water temperatures reach mid to high 60s, mainly because they're looking for shade and cooler water, also oxygen as well. These mats hold a lot of oxygen. That's something people don't realize is plant life obviously produces oxygen, and it oxygenates the water, and they don't have to move around as much to get that oxygen, and they're more willing to feed in an area with higher oxygen levels. So a place like this, full of oxygen, not just the floating mat, but the grass underneath. That's something to keep in mind as well. So if it's really hot, they're not just down there for shade, they're down there for survival. Not to eat necessarily, not to be cool, but to breathe. And that's just something to keep in the back of your mind when you're fishing the frog is it's been real hot lately. It's dog days of summer, not necessarily right now, but let's say it is dog days of summer, they're gonna be in those mats. Deeper mats will hold more oxygen in water rather than shallow mats, but it's early right now, so the water's still a little cool, and this is the perfect time to fish the frog. Come on, Bo, come back. Sorry, I didn't know you were that small. Thought you would be like at least 12 inches. Poor guy. He's probably guarding some fry or something like that. See ya. Oh my God. That was a giant. You know it's big when she goes down and her tail is sticking out of the water. That was an absolute giant. Jeez. Oh, she's looking at me. Got her. Oh my gosh. Oh, it wasn't big as I thought, but still good fish. Look at that. Not as big as I thought, folks, but maybe it's a different fish, I don't know. But good one on that Copper's Live Target. Look at this here. Oh, never mind, that's grass. I thought she had blotches on her. I was gonna say she's still spawning, but that's just grass. Dark green. You know your fish are coming out of the grass, they're this color. They look like Florida LMBs. Beautiful. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. One of the most important things that I try to take note of when I'm fishing this time of year, kind of post-spawn situations, is I make sure to move my frog pretty fast, but I also give that fish down there under the mat a chance to hit it. So I'll move it pretty erratically, and I'll stop it for 1 to 2 seconds, then I'll work it again. And using a smaller frog like this is all the more reason to work it fast and erratically. You want to make sure you're working a line through that mat. If you can see a line in that mat, then you're working it good. You're making an indent, you're causing commotion, and you're enabling that fish to able to key in on it and target it without having to kind of search around for that motion under the mat, because your perception of that bait and the fish's perception of that bait are completely different. You know, they're looking up at just a little wriggling piece of grass, while we're looking at obviously the frog that's going across. We know where the bait is, but sometimes they have to guess. And making the most commotions possible over that thick mat, especially really, really thick stuff, is very, very important. And I try to stress that enough, but I also give that bait some time to stop and allow the fish to hit it. So that's something to keep in mind, especially when I'm using a smaller frog like this. This is their smaller, smaller size. So that's all I got right now, but that's what I'm doing. So you can see I'm working it, and I'll stop it. Sometimes I'll stop in an open patch, sometimes I'll stop it right dead center in the grass. It just all depends. So I'm gonna go down there. I know that's a good spot right there. We're gonna give it a shot. But let's check it out. A little smudge of water there. There he is. It's a spot I've already fished, but I thought why not just go back and fish it again. Look at the hook set on that, right at the roof of the mouth. This rod's doing a pretty good job. First time ever frog fishing with it, and it's doing a pretty good job with these fish. Nothing huge, but it'd keep in a tournament.